See Mirror going to protect stock there. The first vote in the ban and protect process.
I love that. I love that because that's
Because you know Elevate's going to target it.
They're absolutely going to come at you stock, one of their favorite bans for sure. Next thing coming off is that Man of War. It's been funny how much more, I guess, regular the Man of War has come on a lot of these maps for the top riflers. It's been targeted more and more, used more and more by top players. I mean, Playster, for one, we've seen use it an absolute ton. So I'm not surprised to see that coming off. That's one of the first times I think I've seen it banned. Like, it's been targeted against FaZe a lot.
It was like the #1 AR ban when I did Australia.
Really? Interesting.
They get rid of the Man of War all the time.
Funny? Remember back to like Paris Games Week and Gamescom?
I actually brought that up. I was like,
that was
Man
the best
of War
rifle
was
by
the best rifle by far then, and I think players now are starting to realize that it's so powerful, automatic on a map like an Evac, on a map like a Breach. It's probably a little bit more effective than an M8.
You need a little more mobility. That burst, especially with close range fights, it's going to help too. A little bit slower rate of fire, but certainly gets it done with the automatic. Now you see 2 of those lethals coming off as well as the 2 main tacticals. You still have HC in, which is popular. Rapid fire likely though going to be the last one. No, so rapid fire is going to make it in actually.
Interesting.
So do you think maybe one of these teams gets a benefit from that? I mean, Elevate's got to be the #1 team at using the weird stuff,
Elevate,
right?
they like to play with the weird, not really weird stuff, but stuff we don't see quite often.
Yeah,
the unorthodox stuff. And Aqua's going to go with Scythe. I think Elevate will probably go 2 weapons, 2 abilities here. You see Miracle's going to go with Kinetic. You got a Scythe on Nameless. Nagafin, who knows what he's going to pick. And he's going to go Purifier. I like that call. You're going to see the 2 weapons set up from Elevate.
Sure. And this is going to be very, very gun-on-gun to break hardpoints. You have no Simtex, no HC, no frag. You've got really no explosives to try and break into these hardpoints. So, I mean, flak jacket not going to be needed whatsoever really in this.
You know what they got rid of in Australia too, which was interesting? Almost every game, EMPs.
Interesting. And you've asked for that a couple times, like especially in something like infection on Uplink.
Did you see the clip? Did you see the clip? It was so the first game I think I was I did a lot of the stage hosting the first day.
Okay.
So doing the ban and protect first game, it's Exile 5 and Exile 5 Incept, and it's a Fringe hardpoint. They ban out the EMPs, and one guy gets a Cerberus, and a guy on the other team gets a Cerberus. And they both controlled it inside the hardpoint, and they were battling it.
That's awesome. Jack, that happened one time on Stronghold, like the middle hardpoint. Jack and I were casting. We lost it because these 2 Cerberus were doing battle.
And they got rid of the EMPs, and it just, like, because, you know, when the Cerberus got that little bit of a buff, it made it so powerful.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how do you get rid of this thing? Everyone, I feel like, started running EMPs at that point, so it kind of, like, has tailed off. Maybe something we see at the Stage 1 Finals in North America, players getting rid of EMPs.
Sure. I mean, I would think if you feel you're the superior slaying team, if you have maybe a little bit more of an opportunity to get towards streaks, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Unless you're really scared of those. It's certainly, I mean, we've seen the Cerberus have such a huge impact or not much at all, depending on the classes of the other
And then some of the stuff I saw over there, just to kind of give everyone an insight, maybe they didn't see how those players are playing in that region. S&D Redwood, you know how you can throw those nades over?
Yeah, so from what, behind B?
Yeah, so from behind B. So what we saw out of one team was a trophy system protect. The other team protected EMPs, and then they ran tactician, EMPs, and frags, and they would EMP out the trophies on the site and then throw the nades over.
Interesting, interesting.
They would have one guy like peek the corner and throw the EMPs and then nade over in the back. It was very interesting. Some really nice play out of Australia.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm getting excited. We have the Stage 1 Finals for Europe coming up, and then the following week here in North America, $200,000 on the line for Europe, $250 here for North America. It's going to be an incredible battle. Now, with this particular matchup, you know, it's tough, I guess, not to favor Elevate because I feel like they've been one of the more rising teams, whereas compLexity as of late has certainly been falling off a little bit, at least when you're talking just straight results, wins and losses. They've had, I think it's like what, the last 5 was something like 4-1 for Elevate, 1-4 or something for compLexity.
Yeah, Cole has
the opposite end. So you gotta favor Elevate in this, but you have 2 strong S&D teams here.
It would be fitting though for compLexity to kind of fall into that 6-7 area.
After being as high as 3, I think, at one point?
After being as high as 3, but then potentially could set up a first-round matchup with FaZe.
Wow. Thinking back
would be
to
awesome.
Thinking back to all the dramatics with
Intriguing.
On Twitter or in the various plays you saw in their first series.
What were you going to say? That Twitter or the various places?
I said
talk about games. Like I don't know what you were trying to say.
Oh no, various plays. All the stuff that happened in that first
various
matchup.
Places. I was like, that's weird.
Oh, you know, Facebook. We like to get at it. Maybe we're going to hop on Tumblr, MySpace. All right, game 1, and if you're tuning in for the first time, we've got some updates for you with Podcaster.
Amazing stuff.
It's tough to see now, but at the top right, basically at the far right there on the scoreboard. Next to your hardpoint time is going to be a meter that starts to charge. Makes it a little bit easier to see when players are going to get specialists. Makes it a little bit easier for us to get on with those players. And then you'll notice then that when you're on the green team, the opposition will be red through X-ray, and on the other end they will be green. So we'll have the correct colors now, make it a little bit easier to follow for sure. But let's get off the rip now. Nameless opening up with a 2-0. Shiva did make it in, I think mostly due to that Man of War being taken out. Let's see if he can get something going here.
I don't know how many teams are too worried about the Shiva on a map like Breach, because you can just fly out and do
imagine how
right
impossible that kill is with the Shiva.
And you know what I saw actually too in ANC? A lot of Kuda ban over VMP, and they get rid of extended mag as well. I think you see Parasite running extended mag
oh my God, look
on
at
the Kuda right now.
So we have Overclock made it in too. So he's got rapid fire on this. Look how close he is to his heat wave already. So if you want to know what we're talking about, you see there at the top right next to Parasite's score, you see that meter, how close he already is. Obviously when we're on with him, a little bit easier to follow, but a nice opening lead here from compLexity.
And also, I believe Blinker just kind of like glow his name when he gets it. So some improvements to Codcaster. Really great that Treyarch is doing some nice things, and they bring the plus 100 back as well. I know a lot of people wanted to see that back.
Absolutely, a little bit easier to see when they pick up the kills, as you'll see Miracles doing just that, fighting for these back spawns here for Cage. You see via X-Ray, one player in, one player outside as well, not able to win that as 4 players dropping on the kill feed here for compLexity. eLevate doing a good job holding on here at the second hardpoint, trying to bring this one back and tied up.
Yeah, Nagavan's going to push out over here on Bricks, and he is kind of 3 players basically immobile on the compLexity side. He's going to get one, but Remy and Aqua in the kill feed, going to pick up the others. Big plays by eLevate, trying to make this comeback here. Still a lot of time left on this hill. You see Parasite.
Yeah, you can see how he's highlighted yellow there in the yellow meter. So going to show you guys that there it is. Makes it a lot easier to hop to him when you know the heat wave's incoming. And there he's able to pick up 2 kills as he soars in.
Yeah, and he's going to start to rotate over towards Palace as he knows his teammate's going to be able to hold the rest. Parasite on fire right now. Starting things off 8 and 4. They get 8 and 5. Jinx him a little bit. Miracles. He's going to have his special ability. Going to have that kinetic armor. He probably waits for his teammate to get closer by it and then electrify and break it with the kinetic.
Yeah, Facento, you'll see a couple of these abilities up right now. Remy, Facento, and Miracles all in the action. We'll watch Facento, but he's going to be watching the backside. No action really coming over there. It's going to be Remy that gets pushed. He's going to end up following. Next person in is, next person in is going to be Remy. He's able to take, actually, he got dominated there with his kinetic out.
He didn't take anyone out, Maven. That was actually Miracles with kinetic armor.
Yeah, he popped his as well, yeah.
Dominating back. So good all kinetic on kinetic matchup there. But eLevate's done a fantastic job on this hill. It's really been Aqua on the outsides with Vicento doing a nice job picking up those kills, locking it down.
Yeah, doing a great job. One player dies in the back. That means Vicento has to rotate over. He saw him for just a moment. He has his heat wave. He wants to use it. Decides to hold on to it for now as there's not a lot of time left in this hard point. 10 seconds or so. Everyone going to start rotating here over to green. We'll watch eLevate work on the
And let's go on with Nameless for a second.
Right,
I believe he's actually switched over to the XR2. So I actually saw a lot of this the past weekend. A lot of XR2 use. And it seemed to do pretty well when the players were playing on land. So not be shocked to see it at the NA Stage 1 Finals. And of course the...
Wow! Decimated there as Parasite, I think, came flying out, able to take out Vicento. We'll switch over to Ricky, who's on a 3 streak right now. He has his Purifier. This isn't a bad spot to use it. We'll see if he opts to save it for Lab or if he's going to throw it down now. They're doing a good job locking it down. This one basically a tie game right now. How does eLevate try to break this one? It's really just Ricky inside.
And he's going to pull out the Purifier, so knows is the last one left in the hill, trying to pick up some kills and actually come behind and take him out. And Maven, sorry, not to distract you, but CLG was up 5-3, and they are now going to a round 11.
Okay, well,
pretty much both teams stage 1 on the line in that other matchup.
I am going to maybe cast
Let's cast that.
I might cast that
it right now?
instead. Yeah,
guys, don't even open up a second tab. We're going to cast the game that they're casting as well for you real quick.
I might have to. 5-5, round 11, CLG's hopes for the Stage 1 Finals on the line. This is insane stuff.
It looks like...
I have an awkward angle. I can see like half the screen right now.
TSM's going to be on offense, it looks like, and Wheats is actually... Oh, no, it's actually Pac-Man dropping there early and is traded out right away. Now it looks like Colchan's actually got streaks. He's gonna.
Who's using the dart here? Is that Colchan?
He's gonna bust a dart here.
Imagine a huge dart play with this much on the line.
Oh, he got one.
He did connect.
He got one. He killed Perplexed.
Oh my God. And Stream, I'm sorry if you.
Sorry guys. You guys.
This is such a big match.
But yeah, it's huge. So it's a 3v2 in favor of
TSM. 45 seconds left on the clock here. This is nuts. Colchan and Wheats have to try and clutch this out with Ivy. It looks like both players on the B bomb site. Oh my God, it's a 1v1, 2v1. Accuracy has to go huge here. 35 seconds left. He has it planted, just trying to defend right now. Everything's on accuracy. Imagine that, the newcomer coming in. He's gonna fly it, he picks up one, and he just...
That's unbelievable.
Oh my God. I think CLG just clutched.
No. TSM actually won.
TSM clutched? I can't see the names at the bottom right because of my angle.
Yeah, we can go back to this.
Who won?
compLexity.
Tell me who won!
TSM. Maybe.
Oh, it is Wheats getting the final kill. Oh my God.
And it's going to be compLexity. Going in that middle hardpoint, you see Pacento with a nice heat wave there, able to take out Mir. And that match actually just has huge implications on the standings. Obviously, have to get
CLG's
an update
out.
on that, but I believe CLG's probably out. Not going to have a chance to qualify for the playoffs.
So now it's what? We have TK, H2K, TSM, and LG all alive for those final 2 spots, right?
Yeah, and
yeah, it should just be those 4 squads now.
right, and see Nagafen pushing up towards Lab, and it's eLevate actually taking a lead here. And I feel like this is one common theme for Hardpoints for eLevate. They're always pretty close. You never see them blow anybody away. They're doing a nice job staying in this one after being down early. You see Ricky inside the hardpoint. He's going to be pushed from 3 players from behind. And this is not a good situation to be in. If you're Ricky, no abilities have to be used on the side of eLevate. You see they're just going to fly and dominate the kill feed, going to take the hill back.
Pacento's got his heat wave prep, the only specialist ready on the board right now, but it looks like pressure going to be coming in now from this side door at Lab. He's going to find one, able to pick up that kill. Turn, might be able to find a second. Good use of heat wave. I think connected on another player as well. He gets the man. He gets both of them. Can't stay on the map.
Just jumps off.
That was ridiculous. Pacento 25 and 16, and also picked up a couple of streaks. You'll see the lightning and the hellstorm. What a play there out of Pacento.
He's going to earn himself those streaks, Maven. Figure those will be used probably if we go back towards that middle hard point. Potentially could be used over on glass. See Remy taking the final few seconds here. Pacento's going to rotate over towards Broken. He's going to try and control the spawns on the outside first team. compLexity all set up inside of the hill though.
Oh, he was calling something
Yeah,
in.
he's going to try and kill this player on Anchor, and it's actually Parasite who's able to shoot it down, but Pacento clusters it in time. One of them's going to come down.
Oh,
right
that's amazing.
Head,
right when I switched, he's able to get one. You saw him looking up at it, but one's still going to connect. So he is able to pick him up. A couple down right now for eLevate. They've got a 46-point advantage now, and Nagafen trying to break. There's one, though. Purifier coming out from Ricky. He's got it locked and loaded. Both pushing wall run. Is he going to check? He's getting tagged up. Tries to spin there. I think he's able to just pick up one before ultimately dropping. Miracles and crew trying to hold on. He's got his kinetic armor, and you saw via X-ray. There are 3 or so players about to push now. Wall run to his side. Does he opt to use kinetic? He's going to save it for now, and he is going to drop it. I think Parasite was still out here. He's got the heat wave. There is a kill for Parasite. Got one for now, but they've lost the hold.
Yeah, but eLevate's in control of the hill. He's able to turn around the corner, get one player, but eLevate's going to control the spawns in this hill. And you see compLexity, they thought about pushing over towards it, but they're going to rotate all the way back towards glass. Ricky's going to have a lot of players pushing him, and that one is going to be Remy with kinetic armor. He's able to take him out. You see Aqua pushing through the middle of the map, and 2 players left over near that glass hard point for compLexity, and you see Aqua just going right up to one player, finally able to take him out, turn his attention over towards the hard point. Now you see him and the rest of his teammates going to try and push him.
Well, they're flying in now, not able to win that one. Purifier up and out for Nagafen. They could seal it here if they get a big hold. That player you see right across the wall, scared to push in. This Purifier so deadly at this range. His teammates doing a good job getting the kills outside the hardpoint, but now they're going to break in. Aqua, Nagafen, rotating back. Pacento and Remy were the 2 to hold. Remy now left by himself. He does have a dart to go with. I'm not sure if that's going to come into play really in this hardpoint, but that was a kinetic armor that just got torn apart. Miracles might have popped that one weak.
Yeah.
Look how close he is to his Cerberus there.
And he's going to get it. And that's one thing with kinetic armor. A lot of players, they pop it even when they're weak, and it just doesn't do anything. You got to wait until you're full health. You see Remy runs out of bullets.
I'm going to stay with
pull
Remy,
out the fist. And, well, this one's pretty much over.
It's got to be, especially with
they rotate early. They're going to get control of the hill. You see Pacento's going to get one with a lightning. There's players coming behind Remy, but he's going to pop kinetic armor. That's going to be all. It's going to be eLevate with a strong performance in game number 1. Taking this one out against compLexity, 250, 186.
Unbelievable stuff there. They get a nice victory. And you saw the lightning got called in for Pacento. Remy, or they had a lightning on another player as well. I think that they were trying to call it. Yeah, Remy had full streaks. they had control of that, but nothing, like you said, when it got to the last hardpoint, nothing they could really do. Solid stuff from eLevate, and we talked about the fact that they've had a really good S&D record. Don't get me wrong, at one point in the season, it was compLexity leading in that particular game mode, so both of these teams solid. This game, too, could be absolutely wild.
Yeah, but if you're eLevate, you're so good in Search and Destroy that if you can get really good at those first hardpoints, you go up in most series 2-0, and you're a pretty good Uplink team as well. I mean, this is a team that doesn't really have, obviously S&D is their strongest game mode, but I wouldn't say necessarily have a weak game mode, one that they're bad on.
Yeah, no, I could not agree more. They've been really well-rounded squad. Specifically, they have a strong uplink game, which we've talked about. They've come up clutch in CTF as well. I think Hardpoint's the one that's been a little, I guess, more iffy for me with them, but that was a very good showing.
That's Hardpoint's their biggest toss-up game mode. It's the one that there's the biggest question. Sometimes they just don't get the kills that they need to. I think, though, this is an eLevate team that if they can get everyone going, you see Vicento, he's kind of the key for me in respawn game modes. When he plays well, this team really shows up. He goes 31 and 23 that game. Very nice performance by Vicento.
Yeah, Vicento went big. You saw him get a couple good breaks, really using that heat wave effectively. He got that 2 melee kill and then fell off the map. Sick stuff from him. Aqua putting in work, too, with almost 2 minutes in the hardpoint. Same for Remy. I mean, that's a well-rounded effort. That's what you want out of your squad. Nogafin had a bit of a rough one, but where you expect him to shine a lot of times is going to be in the S&D.
Yeah, you expect him and Aqua to really come up big in Search and Destroy. Aqua, with those highlight plays with the sniper rifle, definitely the man to look out for in map number 2.
All right, well, it's making sure we have all the sides switched around here for our next map, and I'll take a look in a second here, so see what we're going to be actually going to.
Did you miss me while I was in Australia? How was the Thursday show?
I did not miss you. I did not miss you. It was okay. I mean, I had to rely on Jack to do things and Revan, but we had a lot of fun. That I actually was in Texas this weekend visiting the girlfriend, so I was trying to watch. I mean, the time differences are so extreme. I mean, it got even. Is it worse when I'm in Texas?
Then what?
Yeah, might be. I'm trying to think the 2-hour change. If it's actually kind of worse for me, schedule-wise, to watch matches in Australia.
Oh.
But I know whenever you were starting, like, your tweets, I would just be like, oh, dude, I'm going to bed. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
right
I
now?
would text you guys like, man.
Yeah, I'm out. I was fast asleep.
Wake
I
up.
did see 10 Cloverfield Lane this weekend.
How's that?
It was incredible. It was very, very good. You should consider taking the lady to that one. You'd like it.
I mean, I would have to fly back to Australia to go.
That's true.
Take the lady to that one.
That's true.
A pretty expensive
movie.
I'm
sorry. I forgot she just moved back for a while. Did
pretty
I just break your heart? Are you going to cry on stream right now?
I might.
Oh God! All right.
You know how to hit the field.
I'm sorry. You know,
You're
guys
a bad man.
You guys are a beautiful, beautiful couple, and I'm a very bad man. But next map we're looking at. S&D Redwood. Now you talked a little bit about that earlier in the fact that you saw some teams doing some different stuff with EMPs and frag grenades defending that B. Now. God, I don't know, because I've seen both these squads be really, really good here.
Yep.
eLevate's scary, though, because they'll pull out a couple of snipers here. I'm curious. The biggest thing for me is kind of how compLexity targets the snipers, because
they're going to have to get rid of the SVG, I think.
Parasite, we know, can hit some 6 snipes. But, yeah, but you target the SVG. They're fine using the Locust. They're fine using the PO6.
Yeah, you're almost wasting.
I think Overkill is almost your first target, because then you limit the number of snipers they can actually have effectively on the map to a degree.
Yeah. And, I mean, the pistols aren't as powerful as they once were.
They got nerfed a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they got nerfed a little bit. So, getting rid of Overkill is probably, right now, at least, in the meta, probably the best way to kind of counteract snipers.
Well, especially when you have a team that wants to pull out multiple snipers, which the two that come to mind are certainly going to be, FaZe the most. We've seen them pull out 3 or 4. eLevate second. We've seen them pull out 3. Optic pulls out a couple sometimes with Formal and Karma from time to time. So, yeah, it can be very, very scary, especially with Overkill, because you don't really lose anything by having those snipers.
If Overkill's in, you may as well run snipers if your players are good sniping. There's no reason not to. So I think Overkill is probably the best way to go. Then if you want to get rid of one of the pistols, you feel a certain way about one or the other, you can go that route. But I don't know. I feel like compLexity is just going to try and go for an SVG, but then they're just going to use a Locust or a PO6. So
you don't
really get much out of it.
Thermal doesn't hurt them that much. I don't think going after a sniper does. I think you have to get Overkill out. I think they all prefer Thermal if it's in the game. Like we've seen some people pull out the Variks instead, or like the default something like Colchan.
They go with either if Thermal's out, they'll go Variks. That seems to be kind of the favorite amongst players after Thermal's gone. So I think potentially if they get rid of SVG, they get rid of Thermal. You could see something like PO6 Variks. I don't think that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's possible. Certainly could. Sorry about the delay, guys. Just waiting on them to get the map started here. Might just be waiting on a player right now. But taking a look at the next matchup on the primary stream, because you should have both of these up. It's going to be Rise TK. So TK, if I remember right, they play Rise, then LG. I believe
They have to
TK
win out.
they have
and
to go
need
2-0.
help. Yeah, they have to win out and need help.
Yeah, I think I'm not entirely sure if that CLG loss doomed them. That's what I'm not sure about, because I know there was a lot of, I saw TK.
Oh, actually, yeah, it might not even.
Yeah, that TK or CLG loss may have actually doomed TK.
I actually think we'll actually have to get confirmation from League Ops in the back. I was talking to them. I don't remember the exact scenarios, but I think if Rise were to beat TK and then LG were to win, that LG and TSM are in.
That would make sense, because LG is playing H2K.
Yeah.
So yeah, you might
that makes sense.
may know our final two tonight for the top 8. Again, 250K on the line, April 1st through 3rd, right around the corner.
Awesome.
But let's hop here to the Band Protect now for Game 2. And yeah, they've got to get Overkill off. Parasite, first thing he's going to take off his trophy. All right, so they're not so worried about the snipers. They want to make an impact with those grenades, like you kind of talked about. When you're at the B site, you don't need to have a lot of gun pressure there. Aqua answers right back, taking out the frag. I wonder if we see maybe a Simtex protect, or if Simtex is going to come right off the board. So you ban the trophy, then you force 2 bands to come right out of eLevate, take out frag, take out Simtex. The trophy band, does it have that much of an effect now for you?
Yeah, you have to get rid of all of the nades. You got to get rid of the tacticals too. I mean, if you want to get rid of, obviously.
Well, are you surprised they didn't? Are you surprised that after that, why didn't they? As soon as the frag went, why wasn't a protect had done for the Simtex from compLexity? Wouldn't that make sense? Or tried to and just didn't get to it.
Tried to, just didn't get to it in time. And you could have thought.
Well, because now
obviously that makes sense, because now it doesn't really matter that much.
Now taking out the trophy, though, you're not going to be able to really target these snipers. So it could end up being like an overkill snipe free-for-all for eLevate, which I think is terrifying.
Yeah, if you are Cole, that is not something you want to get into. You're going to see Overclock go as well. The last 2 players cast their vote here in the Band Protect. It's going to be Remy and Miracles.
Or maybe they want to bait them into using multiple snipers. Maybe they feel comfortable going up against that on a map like Redwood.
And Smoke. So flashes and stunts both make it in.
Flashes, stuns, everything related to like sniping, overkill, all the stuff that kind of makes eLevate the scariest in my eyes. Yeah, Thermal's going to make it in as well. Now that's what is going to break down this game too. Win or lose for these teams is really if eLevate opts to pull out these multiple snipers, is compLexity ready to deal with it? If they have a plan of attack and they're not worried about them pulling out multiple snipers, maybe they have some aggressive SMG play they want to use, or maybe they just want to play kind of back off.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
site.
Talk about aggression. You see Parasite with Overdrive. You expect him to probably run an SMG on defense, try and push up into the other team's bunker. Maybe on offense, kind of hit mid, and you're not going to see an Overdrive out of eLevate. So interesting.
And one nice thing here too, you got to think with tacticals making in, you want to run typically Blast Suppressor and Dead Silence, but now you have to think about Tac Mask. And if you're one of those snipers that's not so worried about having Tac Mask on, having like aggressive subs with flashbangs, stuns, you might be able to get a little aggressive with them with your compLexity. So maybe they're not scared of the snipers. Maybe they want to bring it to them.
And I actually just heard that if H2K and TK both lose, LG and TSM are in.
That makes sense. Okay, so that's insane. I was kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping that it broke down. That tomorrow was huge. That like it came down to win or loss and like the final match of the night. Because what's the schedule tomorrow? I think eLevate phase is final. H2K plays one of the final matches too. TK, okay, this is the one that I was hoping for. TK Luminosity, I wanted that to be like a deciding game, which I think it potentially can, depending on how this goes.
Depending on how some of these matches go. Yeah. So obviously a lot of those going down on the primary stream, here on the secondary stream. We've given you guys updates about what's going on over there.
Absolutely.
We have 2 pretty good matches for ourselves.
Yeah, we have great matches. It's just this is more for pride, for seeding. compLexity in a free-for-all. eLevate's been playing really well. A win for compLexity would feel really good to kind of turn things around, right? Final week, you're getting ready to head to LAN. You'd like to feel solid about the squad, make sure communication's on point and you're ready to rock. eLevate, I mean, pretty much you're riding high right now. I guess you've kind of played above everyone's expectations over these final couple of weeks. We thought they were a solid team, but they've risen so high now. It's just been impressive.
It's just like any other. Let's look at sports, right? You want to be the hot team going into the playoffs. I think eLevate, one of the hotter teams that we have in NA.
Well, I was watching what March Madness game was I watching this weekend? Oh, I was watching
A&M one.
Yeah, I was watching the A&M one. So Kat's dad is an A&M alum. Yeah. So he's like the biggest fan in the world. He was losing his mind. They were trailing by, it was like 12 to 38 seconds left in one, which is the most ridiculous thing.
Which is pretty ridiculous.
It's impossible. It's basically impossible. But they were saying how that the team they were playing, Northern Iowa, I think it was something like they started the season 10 and 11.
Yeah.
But then they had such a strong push at the end of the season that they came in and started shocking people. So kind of to your point, yeah, you want to be that team that comes in hot to that tournament, especially when you got the pressure of single limb on the line. You want to have that confidence. You want to be ready to rip and roar right away.
And I would not be shocked if eLevate comes into the playoffs and shocks some people. I mean, this is a team that's very good in S&D. We talk about how many no search and destroy games there are going to be. Definitely a team that can come up big.
I could not agree with you more. This one in the final seconds of loading up here. We're going to hop into Redwood S&D. If you are just tuning in, hello. Welcome to Week 11 here of the CWL in North America. Currently, the series is a 1-0 advantage for eLevate. They won by 70 points or so in Game 1. Now, offense on the first side going to be complex. Let's take a look at these classes. So, it looks like we're going to have subs. Oh, he switched. Okay, never mind. So we have 3 M8s, and Parasite will be your sub player. As far as tacticals go, you just have a concussion on Parasite and a concussion on Nameless. Who do you want to start off with here, bud?
Let's go on board with Nameless.
You want to leave it with him? Okay.
Off the break here.
And you see Tac Mask on some of the players there mid-map. They're getting aggressive here. Will he spot one out? Nice shot. Nameless finds one. He might find a second. Nameless going big. Final guy in window. Can he line him up as well? Not able to hit the shot, but poor Remy all by his lonesome on defense in the opening seconds.
Yeah, and eLevate got really aggressive towards the mid-map, and they got shut down.
Well, it can work out great.
Yes, it can. That was not the way it worked out. Later. Remy just going to jump off the map, not going to give any more points or kills to the opposing team. Pretty smart play there.
Yeah, no, I agree. And this usually, you know why that didn't work out that well is because the concussions came over the top and slowed them down. Because that player, you can usually get really aggressive right under bunker. Like you can get there first and wait at a bunker. He got pinned behind tree there, I think, because of those concussions coming over the top.
I thought I saw that guy have Tac Mask. I'm not sure.
Well, I think it hit both. I think one guy didn't and one did. All right, well, let's go to offense now. Is not a single kill picked up here for eLevate, and it looks like they are considering hitting A hard. So let's go to the lone player on defense, actually, who's going to be Parasite. And Parasite's calling it out. They are flying into – oh, okay. I got a little bit nervous, but I like this play. He's trying to wrap underneath. Oh, my God. Is he going to be able to sneak up under all the players? He's going to come right around behind. Oh, God. He hit the jump. I thought he missed it. And there's one. Great place from Parasite. He picks it up, but no one's rotated over. So he did get one kill, but it is going to be a very early plant. And due to the fact that he flanked around, you would have liked some players on the other team to probably hit from the other side. Or, sorry, his teammates hit from the other side.
He's challenging this player in the back tree with a Kuda, putting down some nice shots. Just wasn't able to pick him off.
Well, they're all hitting from the same position now, though. Or from the same side. No one hit from the other end.
Parasite's going to go low here, and he's going to get up onto the platform. Now, he should be able to win this gunfight against Nagafan. It's going to be Aqua the last one. Fantastic retake there by compLexity.
And 200 off a dart. Nameless, yeah, they should be leaving this for Nameless for sure. Let's check everybody else. Getting close to an HC. And that was brilliant by Parasite. I mean, he, no hesitation, hit that lower wall run. He was able to pick up one kill and stay alive. Brilliantly done. You see why he's one of the top players in S&D for sure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. compLexity, when they want to be, they can be one of the most dominant search and destroy teams in the game. Just kind of, they're scary to the point where it's just how they kind of wake up and how they feel on the day. And
now, do you think they all hit from the same side just because they had a heavy AR setup and it's a little bit scarier to kind of hit through that back building and back steps?
Probably.
I just thought it was weird that all 4 hit from that side, but guessing it may have just been weapon of choice at the time. I kind of want to watch Nameless. Just because I know we open things with him, but he is yet to die. 4 kills on the board. He has the issue as well. Love him picking that corner, but they've got no one. They might be able to get a quick plant here if they realize it's open and go for the hit. Ricky's going to be flying in. The aggression here going to pay off as they are going to get a very quick plant. I'm going to go to Aqua. He's rotating over. Will he be able to pick up one as he flies through? He catches one. He sees him behind the tree. He's got to know they're on A. Aqua not able to connect, not able to pick up the kill, and going to be gunned by Nameless. Nameless 5-0, full streaks to go. Awesome stuff. See, I consider using my HC here. Just get safe behind
eLevate in round 3 without a kill still.
Oh my God.
Through 3 rounds, they have not gotten a kill. Ricky's going to pick one up.
Oh, the timing there.
The timing there. If he just looked to his left for a little bit longer, he would have been able to take out Remy. And Remy's going to sit on bomb. He's going to be able to pick up Parasite through the air. How is he still alive? His teammate just needs to come give him some help. It's going to be Nagafan pushing up. Is not able to finish off that kill. Wouldn't have had enough time anyway. It's going to be compLexity jumping out 3 out.
That's what's scary when you kind of play that setup where you're worried about mid and B and you give up A entirely. If they aren't hesitant, if they go and get that quick plant right away, it's very difficult to pick up all those kills and get the defuse. They had no presence there whatsoever.
Oh, man, this is you were touting how good eLevate was in S&D.
I'm a liar. Nah, they're
not looking good right now.
And I don't think we've seen. Yeah, no sniping at all. You know, Redwood's not the, I guess, easiest map to make an impact with a sniper, but I'm surprised you haven't really seen it whatsoever, I think, to this point out of eLevate.
You see Remy pushing up. over towards Rock after going through Bridge. See, Nameless is going to use the HC. Nogafen's going to get first blood. Oh, that is not. That is a Maven's mishap. That is not an opponent. That is your teammate.
Oh, blasted him in the face as he tries to cross.
Not good.
Now, I like this rotation, though, Matt. They've gone all the way back to A. It's wide open right now. Nameless, I mean, you have the streaks. You could probably disrupt this, but in a 2v4, likely going to be holding on to these.
No, not good by Nameless. That's actually pretty funny. No, it's going to be a 2v4. All of complexity trying to go up against eLevate. And see if Sento's just waiting for this player come around the corner. He's actually just going to go high on him. So it's going to be Ricky able to pick up the kill. Ricky's going to grab a second one. So just like that, it's a 2v4. Make it a 2v1. Ricky trying to grab that AR, not able to do so. He's going to go for that lower wall run. Does he go across for the tree? So he's Aqua watching the cross. It's going to put eLevate on the board here, their first round.
Good awareness there from Aqua, making sure no sneaky play is going to happen. Oh, he did see him on the cross, just barely. In fact, he was hard triggered, almost didn't give him away, but able to pick up the kill. And eLevate finally coming alive, getting around on the board here. It'd be crazy to me if they came back and won this after such a slow start. Nogafin going huge lately after starting. I think he was 0-3, right?
Yeah, believe so. Now let's actually see if Nameless uses these streaks. He's going to nade over towards middle again.
Well, I think he tried to throw the second one. It didn't. There's the sniper.
And there is the sniper on Nogafin. So it's going to be with a thermal SVG in mid-map. And who's that playing for eLevate all the way on tree wall run? It's going to be Aqua with an AR. He's going to see one. He has another one directly to his left.
Nice
going to win both gunfights. Yeah, I think he actually saw that third player all the way in the back.
Well, he's going to go back and get bombed now, as you saw dying with it off the edge. Going to put it back to the respawn. So miracles, unfortunately, now
not ideal.
Yeah, I got to rotate all the way back and find the bomb. I thought for a second he might have snuck through the cracks there and might have potential to get behind a couple of players, but he will be sniffed out. Back-to-back rounds here for eLevate, and all of a sudden they are right back in it after a very, very slow start.
And I'll try to keep you guys updated on what's going on the primary stream. It's going to be a Rise Up in map 1 versus TK. 208, 120. The first hard point, and that is one that TK needs to win, or else they're not pretty much done, or else they are done.
And heard there was just a little hiccup on the stream, guys. If you are tuning in, it was a 3-0 start for complexity. They were completely dominating. Nameless started out 5-0. He has his dart, he has his lightning, but back-to-back rounds from eLevate have been very, very strong here. And firing back into this one now. I just want to see, what does he opt to use? Is it going to be the lightning, or is it going to be the dart? Looks like he's going to be popping the dart out here, and we'll watch him go flying. It can be so difficult with all these trees, all the branches, but he's taking it right through mid-map.
This is one of the harder maps to fly the dart on. He's going to try and go over towards bunker, and it's shot out of the sky. Not even a hit marker, and Remy's going to get first blood. Could not have gone any worse for complexity. And do you just get the feeling that when things start to go bad for Call, they just can't recover?
Yeah, it started out so well, too. There's one player Mike had picked off in the back. I think he got eyes on with him. That's Vicento. You see the grenades coming in, but he does have tac mass to deal with that. I'm going to go back to the fight here. The main West, Ricky able to pick it up. That bomb is down. They can just hop on this.
I mean, they could. I don't think he would really ideally
Well, the two players had to rotate back. That was an HC car out as well.
Well, Vicento can see over that tree line there. Now he's going to push up, going to be able to take Nameless down on bomb.
Nice shots.
The Aqua turn and burn Ricky.
Well, those are the two players that pushed back towards spawn. I wonder if he hopped right on it when they got that call kill at field. Maybe he had time.
It really all comes down to if Vicento could have seen him or not.
Yeah, and it's tough too with it's sometimes hard for me to judge exactly how many seconds it takes with the movement in this game to get from like point A to point B and close the gap there. But as a result, 3 rounds in a row here for eLevate. They've tied it up, Matt. Now offense is going to be back to complexity. What would you like to see out of these guys?
Oh, well, I want to see actually eLevate. Look how close those guys are getting to specialist abilities. You have Aqua getting his. You have Remy getting close and Nogafin getting close as well. So
what is Aqua?
Wonder if they like to start using them this round. And you see they're making a fall-on push to B.
Oh, this is bad.
He has Heat Wave.
And he has the Heat Wave. As soon as he hears something, he's going. There he is. Flies out, gets one. Did he connect with anyone else? He did the side of the tree. Going to get both.
That was nasty.
And that alone.
I am so thankful we have that bar.
Exactly.
Yes.
There are so many more big plays I'm going to be able to catch now that I can see when they have their specialist ability available. And poor Parasite now, all by his lonesome. He's got SVG in hand. Kuda in his back pocket. And they've all rotated back to A. They're all going on the hunt. He could technically at this planet, but he probably wants to pick up another kill or so before he even worries about getting this down.
I don't think
he
he.
might.
Well, it's kind of odd. You would never see like a team give up the site where they have no idea where the player is, and especially after killing 3 players right on top of the bomb. And Remy, I think, had to have seen Parasite. No, he didn't. Did not see Parasite. So
I think he did.
odd.
I heard the shots. He heard the CUDA shots. He had to have reacted to that. I would hope so. He's going to check. Win a nice shot there from Parasite. Snaps onto 1. He's only got 20 seconds to work with. He has to get bombed down, but he does have his overdrive. So technically, he might be able to make some sort of ridiculous play if he can find 1 player. What is his option here? I mean, he has to try and get it down. He has to try and go for the plant.
He's got to try and get it down at B, and Nogafin should be able to check this and just win this round with ease. And
oh god, I was wondering if he waits for the plant and then just gets pooped on.
That got really scary when he got to the side of the bomb. That got really scary. And in the match on primary, it was actually a Rise doing that one, I believe, 251.
Look at the specialist.
Yeah.
Every single person.
Of people got
now where do I go? See, now I'm overwhelmed.
A lot of people got their abilities. I'll have to pick who we jump on board with here.
I'm going to go probably Parasite because he has the overdrive. Did an overdrive get selected on the side of Elevate?
No.
Okay.
There was no overdrive on the side of Elevate. They went Vision Pulse instead.
Okay, then Parasite should, I think, should be using it here. Let's wait and see if he decides to use this. Yep, I'm going to go right to him. He's got the CUDA. Yep, there it is. He's going to pop it right away. So how does he opt to play with this? Now will his teammates play around him? He wants to soar right at B, and he's going to hit the rock quickly, but look at the minimap. They've got pressure on A. Going to be guessing wrong unless he's able to pick up this kill. And who's this in the back? Let's look from Nogafin's point of view. This is he's sniping. He's probably going to get caught here unless the timing. Yeah, he should be dead. He should be dead.
Yep. Parasite's going to come directly behind him.
There it is.
Not gonna fire.
I like the patience though. Just make sure you get the kill.
I think he was a little bit scared he was going to miss the shot.
Yeah.
He was like, where is he going to jump to? Parasite being a real big nuisance behind the Elevate lines. And I tell you what, they need this round of bad way complexity. They won the first 3. They've lost all momentum.
Oh, and I think, okay, no, they don't all have their specialists. That's the first time I've noticed that. That might just be a bit of an issue here. It's a brand new feature that came through. All right, now they are going to be pushing over towards A. Let's take a look now at Ricky as he's going to be dealing with the pressure here. Do you see that one player cross is the question. I don't know if you ever saw a player get to the left. Yeah, he must have. He sees him. He's going to go ahead and challenge, but Nameless, his buddy's there to pick it up. 2 versus 4. Elevate trying to get this down. Nice shots. Gets the headshot. Ricky, Nameless, closing it out. All tied up 4-4.
That was around that complexity needed in a bad way. Just from the standpoint that they were losing a ton of momentum. Lost pretty much all momentum. You see things just kind of in your head falling apart for this team, but they're able to win that round tied up at 4 apiece. Going into this next round, what do you expect to see, man?
Well, let me see who. You got kinetic armor for Nameless. Nogafin's got camo. Do you have a kinetic camo combination here? I would love to see Nogafin and Remy get something done, but all it's going to matter is the A hit. It's the kinetic armor. They're looking to use the kinetic, and they want to fly in, Matt. Oh, the snipe comes over. I think that went right over Nameless's head. And now he's got to be a little bit scared, but Parasite is going to get across.
Oh, God! I thought he missed
Lord.
the jump up.
Oh, Lord. He was bomb carrier, too.
Well, you see a dart on the side of Elevate. Now, it's going to be Vicento getting first blood. Now, Aqua's actually able to pick up one with the dart. Vicento's going to grab another one. It's going to be Miracles, the last one alive here, and he's can't even fire a shot off. Poor Miracles. You see everyone on Elevate rushing him.
A lot of these rounds just seem to have been really lopsided, right? Like you've had a lot
one
of
way or the other. They haven't really been like close. Like a lot of rounds we have go down like 1v1.
We haven't had any.
We really have not had anything.
This is like the 3rd or 4th round where I think you've had 4 alive.
I mean, Elevate didn't have a kill through the first 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think they picked 1 up in like the 3rd. That was a wild start, but Elevate, after looking just like they were going to get stomped in this one, has fought all the way back. Let's see, Aqua's 9-5. He still has his lightning to go. Do you try to close it out here is the question, because you still have camo. They should be able to. You have camo and kinetic still. So let's see if he's going to pop it. Yeah, there it is. He pops it. Does he check the tree is the question. There's one around the corner. He should be able to get the first one.
Who is that?
Did he stay on? Did he stay on? He did. He did. He's gone. He tried to get around.
I thought that player was falling off. I was like, where did he go?
Yeah, it looked like he was just taking a dip, but he did able to come through. The lightning came in, but the lightning doesn't connect with anyone. And all of a sudden, you're down a man for Elevate. What looked so strong early has fallen apart. That was a nice play by Parasite. I mean, because he distracted, instead of being that first blood really quickly, he at least gave his team time to kind of make a move there.
And I believe it was Nameless, actually, with that lightning strike. Vicento's actually able to pick him up on the other side of the map, and this player is going to rotate off of the site. And
oh, I thought you were right. I thought it was Aqua that used his.
no, Aqua still has his in case he goes to around 11. If you are eLevate, you do not use this lightning strike. You just save it. Now, it's going to be Aqua able to pick up one. It's going to be a 1v1 here. Miracles versus Vicento.
He's got his camo. He's got his camo. You're dead. You're dead.
Oh,
God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, Miracles,
no!
God! God, you gotta win that!
No.
You're invisible! You're an invisible man!
No!
Oh! Oh! That's not the way you want to lose a game.
I'm hurt.
Oh my God! You get first shot there at that range with an M8. You've got to win it. You've got to win it, and that's going to be game 2. I mean, that kind of, to a degree, just kind of describes what we've seen kind of going on for compLexity as of late. Just unfortunate events here for this team. Unreal.
I mean, they go up 3-0. The beginning, eLevate doesn't have a kill, and you see how it ends. It does not end well for compLexity. That is what I want to see that one again. I want to see that one again.
Like I thought for sure that was going around 11.
Yeah,
without question. Like that is why camo exists in S&D.
To win a gunfight like that.
For an entry kill or for like a 1v1 scenario like that. And he had the right play, popped it, got aggressive. You got to hit your shots.
Oh, he had such a great angle on him too.
He really did.
Vicento's coming like this way, and
yeah,
you know he's looking that. Oh,
that was tough. Well, talk me through the stats a little bit, man.
I mean, eLevate started out awful, and they end up bringing it back, winning it 6-4. But Aqua goes 10-6. On the other side for compLexity, you had Ricky go 10-7. Nameless started out really hot, slowed down towards the end. Then Miracles and Parasite, 4-7, 4-5, respectively. This one for me, Maeve. I think this one ends pretty quick.
Well, you would have had, I think, a couple. I know you had Kinetic, I think, still for the side of eLevate went to round 11. You still had Aqua's lightning strike, so it would have been, I think, a bit of an uphill battle still for them.
Yes.
But God, that was a brutal 1v1. It's funny because we were just talking about the fact there haven't been any close rounds. And
that one was like as close as you could possibly get, and oh.
Miracles, I love you.
And Mir's been pretty good all stage long.
You're gonna want to forget that one.
That is one you definitely want to forget. I know eLevate, they put out that video. Which play was it where it was crazy and they put out the reaction, the Nagafin 1v4?
Oh yeah.
I want to see a reaction of that. I bet you it's crazy. Those guys went nuts.
Have to go nuts as soon as you heard like that second or third burst go off, but he's still alive. I was like,
well, that's what I thought, right? We're sitting there watching through Miracles, and like it's a relatively easy kill, and like the first burst goes in him, the second burst goes in him, and then when Vicento jumps and he misses that first one, I was like, oh my God, there's no way.
Yeah, like he was
I just saw him
the shots were a little off, just hitting kind of with like half his burst,
Yeah.
and it's not able to close it out. But that's going to end up being a 2-0 lead for eLevate, and I shouldn't say I'm shocked because eLevate's been playing so great lately. This is a matchup you think they would win. This is not middle of the season where compLexity was on fire.
Do they have a chance to potentially get up to second?
Depending on phase. Can we actually, if we're able to, can we take a look at the standings real quick? They're hopping to ban protected. Let's take a look at the standings real fast.
After the ban protect.
Okay, after ban protect.
After ban protect, we'll talk about
okay.
standings. That makes a lot of sense. Now it's going to be an Evac Uplink game 3. Cole going to go and protect the stock, a lot like what they did in that first hardpoint.
Well, that's what's wild is that you have to basically, if you're a team playing against eLevate, you have to use protects or you have to use bans to target this team. I mean, first it was the MR6. Now you're trying to protect stock. You have to waste stuff, whereas typically you want to target them a little bit, and it makes it so much more difficult to do so when you're so worried this team's going to attack you.
Yeah, I can't agree more. Now, the Man of War goes again, so players not even trying to go after the M8. Usually that was obviously the AR of choice that teams kind of went after. Yep. The Man of War goes. It's one that eLevate doesn't want to deal with. Overdrive goes in pretty much every Uplink game. We actually saw one team in Australia they were like the underdog team. I forgot which one it was, but they in a Uplink protected overclock, protected overdrive. They were just like, screw it, we're just gonna try and.
I like that stuff though. I like that stuff. Maybe if you feel you're the underdog and you need some crazy plays, you need to mix things up a little bit in the gameplay. Go ahead, man, protect it. put the pressure on the opposition here, but you now see the specialist draft. 1 pick left for either team. Probably going to be a Scythe or Annihilator from Ricky, I would imagine.
Yeah, weapon. Yep. And then a kinetic camo heatwave. Pretty standard specialist draft. Don't see anything too crazy. And also in Australia, something interesting we saw. A lot of people going Tempest over the Scythe.
Interesting. I mean, I love the Tempest, man. If you can connect on that thing, it's so deadly. Yeah. But yeah, if we can take a look at the standings. Now, are these updated with the TSM game? It's what, yeah, 9-12. That's definitely updated. So look at the rise of TSM. Welcome to the Call of Duty World League. You've almost found your way in. Trying to secure victory. Because, yeah, H2K with 2 wins obviously could tie them in. If they win, well, if they win tomorrow, they're in. Because H2K and Team Caliber at 7-7 won't be able to catch them. So they would need a TSM loss. They'd have to go 2-0. Yeah. So TSM right now is a team that controls their own destiny, which is what's nice. If Luminosity, well, if Luminosity wins, I think it's TSM Luminosity we already talked about.
And I think talking about this match and these teams in particular, if eLevate were to win out, they can obviously finish 14-8. I don't know. I mean, it is
need
possible
FaZe and
that
Rise
FaZe and Rise could both lose.
Well, let me look at their matchups.
You figure they go at least 1-1 each.
Rise, right? TK is gonna be playing with a fire, so maybe. FaZe Optic, that's
one they could lose.
They certainly could lose to Optic, and then next week.
Tomorrow. Not next week. Tomorrow.
Sorry, tomorrow. Guess who it comes down to? Guess who eLevate plays?
Who?
FaZe.
Oh wow! So so
it could potentially be them playing to decide who's the second seed. Well, look at the. Oh no, there's no way. There's no way. Look at that. Look at the map win percentage.
Get up to 3.
Look at the map win percentage.
But you could actually have.
They can't even get to 3, dude. Look at the map win percentage. They're so far behind there.
Kind of ridiculous, yeah.
That's 10. You're not closing a gap of what, 9%? I don't think you can at this point. There's too many maps played.
I mean, eLevate. If they win though this game, they can pretty much put themselves. I don't want to say controlling their own destiny in that 4th spot, but
yeah, you can get closer to guaranteeing kind of 4th seed. Yeah.
Now this one would actually bring compLexity to 10-11. Who does compLexity play tomorrow?
compLexity tomorrow is going to be going up against Rise. Wow.
So this is could potentially be an 0-2 week if TSM goes. Oh, I mean, compLexity could drop down to 7.
Could they drop? Yeah, they could drop below if it's LG. Technically, LG's at 41.5, 41.1. If they win both, compLexity loses both.
You would see TSM finish 8th and compLexity finish 7th, and then LG jump all the way up to 6.
Maybe, and that's
potentially.
I don't know exactly how much each map win, like how it affects that percentage because there's so many maps now, but technically, yeah, you could. God, if compLexity fell all the way from 3rd to 7th. That would be scary, and that's what you were talking about, where they might match up against FaZe, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be very interesting. I'd love to see that.
I would too, just based on.
Well, it's like one of the good rivalries I feel like we have now in COD.
It certainly is. Okay, kicking things off. I'm going to go on Miracles to start, try to redeem himself a little bit from that 1v1. Just see, because this is the mapping game mode where they need a big game out of Miracles. You know, he has to be that aggressive sub. He needs to be in their face. He needs to be picking up big kills, trying to lead the way for the potential spawn trap or 1-point scores. He's going to grab it, be tossing it right. Well, there he goes. Now he's tossing it back.
Now they're going to try and lead this push down glass side. It's a very interesting that. How many teams do you see just stacked up drone? Nobody watched the middle, nobody watched the overextension, and Parasite's actually going to miss the throw.
Oh. Well, are they there?
But they have 2 players in the face, and Ricky's actually going to.
At first, I thought maybe it was an intentional miss because they had someone to put it through.
One player, no, he's actually not going to be able to get it. So it's going to be Aqua picking up a huge 2-piece in the back of the base. And look at this, they're bringing this on the overextension. Might be able to bring this in for a score.
Now, I saw there was something. I saw there was something in the update about the drone. Like something you could do? I thought it was something with Codcaster, but I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Don't know.
Oh, okay. Are these teams joking?
That's a really bad throw.
Okay, well maybe they didn't change the drone in Codcaster. They added 2 pounds to the drone.
Yeah, right.
It made it harder to throw.
It's a lot harder to throw in. You see Nogavin and Remy picking up 2 kills. In the feed, Remy's going to pick up another. It's going to be Ricky trying to hold off drone spawn or compLexity. Last one alive. You can see one player in water going to drop down. Basically put his gun in his nose. Going to be able to take Remy out. But a really nice hold there by Ricky, just wasting time, making sure eLevate cannot push up the top AC.
Well, you got bailed out a little bit if you're compLexity. You missed that easy 1-point throw. You had 3 or 4 players there. You should have got points through. Thankfully, you got bailed out by the miss on the other side by eLevate. Now, who's this player. Look where Nagafin's pushed up to right now. I think someone realizes that he's gotten all the way to their AC. If he wins one, he's got that. Might be able to win a second. But unfortunately for them, the drone's going the other way. It's Miracles by himself. Look at the map right now. It's 4 red arrows of eLevate. But Miracles is the one being a nuisance.
There's one person reading this exactly. That's going to meet him on that wall run. 2 players actually going to meet him on the wall run. He's not able to connect with the throw, but he's kind of giving himself a little bit of a breakaway. There you go. We're going to finally see a score here. It's going to be 2-0 compLexity.
Oh, God. I think that was definitely a attempted 1-point throw, though. So that's, I think, the teams are 0 for 3 right now, 1-point tosses. But that time, fortunately, it's going to lead to a dunk. Now you have a heat wave up on one side. Pacento's got his as well. Overclock did sneak in again. And that's the type of thing that'll leak through when you have to protect something like a stop.
Yeah. And I don't think eLevate minds it making it through.
No, not at all.
Now you're going to see Nagafin just bringing this drone all the way back by his spawn. Where is he going with it? He is one of the best players, obviously, utilizing the movement.
Oh, without question, so. Without question. I thought for a second he was just going to fly off.
If Miracles tries to follow him.
Oh. Look at these routes. Oh, no. Still underneath. Got through here. Bullets just packing everywhere, and then just gets melted.
But I tell you what, it just distracted so many players on the compLexity side. Like, look at where Miracles is. eLevate's going to actually push 2 players to AC. He's going to have to pop his kinetic here as he's trying to push through, pick up some kills. He's going to be able to get one. Going to stop a potential push by
I
eLevate.
received an update. It's funny, due to what we've seen at the beginning of this. The change was multi-drones, and I guess you can go in and practice and put a bunch of drones on the map, so you can practice your tosses. Both of these teams might want to consider that right now after the beginning of this.
They probably should. Yeah, you might want to consider the multi-drone.
You got camo. You got camo. Want to wait till you get in obviously position here to get points to the board, but he has it locked and loaded. He can probably take a lower route, go around the outside, pop that camo, and he guarantee himself one, but he's getting tagged up from above. Does that player opt to chase him? That's Remy, but getting the jukes as Parasite still staying alive, getting tagged up from every angle, not going to have an option or a chance to get rid of that camo. Who else?
I feel like at this moment in time, though, like that route is so known on those lower wall runs from the top part of the map that players are just going to keep hitting that outer wall run on the defensive side and looking for that. Like, why even try and go for it or try and like mimic something that maybe looks like the drone is popping up there, but it's really inside of apartments or something? Potentially, we could see something like that. As we move further on into the Black Ops 3. Obviously, we're still so early.
Yeah, I know. There's so much to come with regards to LAN competition, COD champs, a million things on the board. Getting so tagged up as Nagafin's running out of juice right now. Got to get it through, and he doesn't. The camo runs out at the last second, and that will be no points for eLevate, who right now are getting goosed here through the first side. 30 seconds remaining.
And they're on the more advantage. Oh, he just got obliterated with the Annihilator. You see, Aqua's going to be able to pick up another. Sees the guy on that lower wall run. Oh, my dear. He hits him.
Didn't get it, but that's going to be thrown off the map.
But eLevate, they're forced to keep going all the way on the
they might get points. There's
4
4 down. Someone grab the drone. Somebody grab the drone. The whole team's dead.
Remy fell off the map behind Pacento, I believe, so Nagafin's going to have to pick the drone up.
They had 4 dead.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't. Pacento didn't want to move back. He was set up at AC. You might still get the 1-point toss. Pacento did enough of a distraction. There it goes. No.
Miss.
Not going to be able to sink it, so compLexity holds on to a lead. Dude,
we have not seen anyone connect with their throws. It's really been bad. I mean, the only points we have on the board are from a Miracles missed throw to a 2-point play, right?
You know, when there's probably an option in the game now. You know how baseball players, when they get up in the batter's box or whatever, and they add like the weights onto their bat beforehand. Like somebody's added some weights onto this drone.
Donuts, yeah.
Clearly, no one able to put it through really. We don't have a single 1-point toss in yet. Not one. Let's go over to Ricky. He's 15-11. He's got a sight to go with. Yep, a lot of times you'll see them popping right off the break because a hot start can lead to so many points in this game mode. He's able to weaken one, gets tagged up himself. There's 1 assist, and there comes in the shot from Aqua, the burst from the M8, able to take him down. Nagafin, though, the lone man now, going to be playing defense, and look at that spawn. You spawn so close to the drone there, and you're going to be able to put so much pressure on. You've got camo if you're Parasite. Can they get a dunk through is the question. He tries to wrap around. Bullets coming in. So far, still alive. There's the melee. At this point, you just have to go for the 1-pointer.
Yeah, just go for the 1. He's waiting for players to come and push him. There you go. Parasite going to settle for the 1-point play. Finally, now compLexity extending their lead, and they have looked really good in this Uplink against a very good Uplink team in eLevate. So you just see the potential this compLexity team has, and they put it together. They just, in the other 2 games so far in the series have not looked good.
Well, you saw Nagafin try to overextend in flank. I don't know if this is going to pay off or not. No, he just never was able to get in front of these players, and that's going to lead to a dunk for Miracle. A couple of, what did they kind of split? I think 2 rotated back, 1 went mid. Nagafin tried to wrap around from behind. If he was there like 2 seconds earlier, probably stops that score.
You have to go together. If you're going to make the decision to overextend, you got to bring the rest of your team with you. You see Remy's going to go to the wall run in the 1-point throw, and he's going to connect, but still 5-1 lead in favor of compLexity. 3 minutes and 30 to go, still a lot of time, but they'd really have to mess this up.
Well, Vicendo's going huge right now. There's 3. He actually gets the assist on that one, but they picked up all the kills. Now, here's another example. They tried to spawn and wrap behind. Parasite, I think, is going to get there late. I think they're going to get this dunk through before he's going to be able to get there. It's only going to be a 1-point toss, so actually he might end up in pretty good position here to counter. He's going to push straight forward to their AC. I like this. It's all right if he gives up 1. You didn't give up complete control, so it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, but his teammates are going to have to win these gun battles.
Oh, look how far they...
the drone. Look how far away both teams are spawning at this moment in time. I mean,
now,
if Parasite could have gotten the drone and put it in.
Probably.
100% he could have.
But you like to hold this power position. He hasn't even got up top yet. The toss comes forward. He's going to be picked out. He's still going to be able to connect with 1. There's 1 player below him. Nice movement there as he zaps across.
Nice play.
2-piece. Give me the 1. Puts it through. Nice stuff.
Nice play by Parasite. He's able to win both those gun engagements, then get the drone. I don't know who actually passed over towards him, but very nice play there by Parasite.
Miracle now pulling out the HC. You don't really have anyone rocking Flak Jacket right now as Overclock made it in. Going to be combined with Afterburner for a lot of these guys, so won't see much Flak. HCs can be very, very good. Aqua has Annihilator out. 1 right in front, not able to connect. Nagafin going to have drone in hand. He's going to be wrapping, it looks like, all the way around. They've only got 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go here, Matt. They're still trailing by 4.
They need to make a play happen here quick. I mean, 2 minutes down 4. Does not seem like a lot, but with how elevated look, they haven't really gotten time. Where is he trying to go?
Look at the faith in his teammate there. He didn't even look at that guy. Now Nagafin pops the camo. Can he get a dunk is the question. There's 1 player there, and that time he gets it through. His last camo, remember how close he was? This could be a tie game.
I think he mistimed that last one. Yeah. Obviously not this one that we just saw, but the one previously. And Vicendo actually picks up a huge kill there. It was Parasite set up to try and defend. Now the player's pushing through of eLevate, and it's going to allow Aqua to get into a good position with this AR. He's going to call his AC. He's going to grab 1 around the corner.
Oh, God. What burst was that from Ricky?
Too. I believe he just collateral 2 players as well.
That's huge because he didn't get those 2 kills. I mean, that's going to be another point at least on the board. But you're within range.
You're within striking distance if you are eLevate. So that looks good.
What's scary though is you have camo for Parasite. So camo could lead to an easy 1-point toss to put this into a 2-possession game. He's going to pop out the HC. Wants to see if he can connect. That's going to get picked off. And this battle here is so big. There's 3 players from either team set up. You see Nameless Parasite getting a couple kills. Nameless wants to fly out. He tries to find a second teammate, gets it. And that's going to be control now. Who's the 1 player left? Trying to get them highlighted. It's going to be Nagafin. Nagafin's the last guy. And there's the camo. You saw it go through. Parasite puts it over the top, and it goes in. So that does make the 2-possession game. And Aqua's the only man alive. This might be over.
Nah, Aqua's actually going to be able to pick up Nameless. Nameless using that heat wave. Aqua's really nowhere close to him, but eLevate's got to make, I don't want to say a miracle happen, but something very close to it very quick. Sento's going to dive down into glass. He's going to use his heat wave. Nagafin's not able to pick up another one. This one looks like it should be finishing up with a compLexity victory. Just don't know the score yet. Should be 8-4, barring anything crazy. It's actually a compLexity setup on the drone there. It should be an 8-4 compLexity win here in Uplink, which is surprising because you figure eLevate, pretty good team, has the momentum in the series, should be able to close it out, but not true compLexity fashion. Staying alive. It's going to be 9-4 actually, and Cole, very good team in Game 5s. Can they get there though?
Did you see what went on in the primary stream at all? I didn't really tune into that one to see what's going on with the Rise match, but they're still
Rise
fighting.
Up 2 up.
They're still okay. They are.
I just did not see what just happened.
Oh, okay. Well, they're still fighting basically for seeding at this point. compLexity here. A win would be huge. Yes. Can you push this to a Game 5? Can you get the win? It's just been a while since they felt victory. Now, to be fair, they played last week. I believe it was FaZe Optic last week. You come into eLevate this week. So you're playing 3 of the top 5 or so teams right now, back to back to back. I mean, that's tough for compLexity. So as much as they've been struggling, they've been playing.
It's a really
good
tough
competition.
Stretch. Yeah. And those games have been pretty close against those guys. You know, sometimes
Optic to a Game 5,
yeah.
right?
I mean, they've always, I feel like, taken the good teams to a Game 5. Just and one of the better Game 5 teams, but just not able to win some of those close ones against the likes of Optic. So I think this compLexity team, though, when we get to the stage finals, like LAN event, I feel like they'll click like once in the same room together.
They feed off each other for sure. That energy going to be big for this team. I will take a look now. Let's see. I see them going over the stands on the other side. Nothing's changed, obviously, as that series still going on. But let's take a look now at the after-action report here for Game 3 between compLexity and eLevate. What stands out for you, Matt?
On the side of compLexity, we can talk about Ricky. 27-20. The guy is bringing it in respawn game modes. First one struggled in the Hardpoint, but recently and throughout all of Stage 1, he's really improved his Hardpoint game and his respawn game in general, getting a little bit closer to where his S&D play is. He's still lights out in Search and Destroy. And on the side of eLevate, Nogvin and Remy, specifically Remy, 16-26. Can't be doing that in a respawn game.
Our next map is going to be CTF Breach. Is there a team that's a little bit favored for you on this one? Is it going to come down to the Ban Protect? Who do you like in it?
I probably, you just think about these two teams, I probably favor compLexity in a CTF. I've seen them win some big ones before, which is the one that you cast in the Stronghold game. It was early in the season, though.
Yeah, that was quite some time ago.
Really early, but we've seen them do some good things in CTF. I think if eLevate can keep the pace fast and really just kind of keep forcing compLexity to, I don't want to say like run and gun, but you want to see them run and gun, not really kind of slow the pace down, get set up. That's how compLexity is going to win this one, being methodical. If eLevate can kind of just keep forcing the issue, play fast, and kind of force compLexity to run all over the place, I think it's one that eLevate can win.
Yeah, eLevate, I like them. They're very good at overextending, very good at pushing to kind of a standoff to stalemates. I've watched them on Fringe quite a bit. They're very good at getting the flag back on something like Stronghold. They're one of the better teams I've seen at countering, so they'll give up a score, but they answer back so quickly a lot of the time. It's really impressive. On this map, I'm
they're
not
very
sure.
aggressive.
Yeah, it's like they're not the most patient team. It's whether or not they can get a lot of pulls out, and it kind of makes something happen. They like to play disruptive, I guess you would say. They like to put a lot of pressure on you. How does compLexity deal with that is the question.
It's the thing. If compLexity can, they'll probably run probably 2 ARs, maybe even 3 on this map, really try and slow it down. I don't know if you can get away with 3 actually on Breach. The Breach is really
I think you
tiny.
need a little,
you gotta get
little more speed. Sure.
Yeah, if you're going to be running more than 2, it's going to be difficult. But maybe they get the Man of War in, they run an extra Man of War, kind of change things up. I think if you're eLevate, you just kind of try and run at them with SMGs and really force them to speed up their play.
Okay, well, just waiting for the guys to get situated on the correct teams, and we'll be hopping into Game 4. Just to give you guys an update on the night, if you are tuning in, TSM got a huge win in our first best of 5 tonight, keeping them alive in those final 2 spots for the Stage 1 finals. Unfortunately, though, if you are a CLG fan, you're going to have to battle back in relegation. Good thing is, they're one of the teams, when you and I broke it down a couple weeks ago, they were a team that if I thought was relegated, I saw them getting back in for sure.
CLG, their season's been tough. What, 0-7 in Game 5s?
Well, I saw
0-8?
I'm not sure because
I
saw a tweet went out that said it was something like 5-1 for TSM in Game 5, 0-6 or something for CLG, but Felony tweeted that they had one in Game 5, so I'm not sure if there was just one missed in the stats there where they took one, but regardless, if they've won a Game 5...
Regardless, 1-6 or,
whatever it is.
What is it? It would be like 0-7 versus 1-6. Regardless, it doesn't make a difference. It's just a really bad record in Game 5s, and probably haunt them for the... obviously... Stage 1, not much left. It'll definitely haunt them going into relegation.
Their
Hardpoint's been pretty good.
Team's been good. If they could step up their S&D a little bit, they would have been a team to be reckoned with because we saw them take Hardpoints from a lot of top teams. I think when we looked at their record, last time I saw it was something like, 14-8 or something in Hardpoint. But that's very, very good compared to a lot of teams here in Stage 1. Now, Ban Protect coming up. Parasite, again, you're going to see compLexity protecting that stock. They don't want to deal with the potential ban coming out of eLevate. And now let's see how the rest carries out. Overdrive going, no shocker there. We'll see if Camo might make it through. You saw it get through in the uplink. Smoke Camo, a big combination in this particular map and mode. Flashbangs off. We'll see what that's going to be followed by here. We've got a couple picks left. Concussion.
And do you think the stock protects have been, obviously AR players love to run stock. You see Heatwave is going to be the last thing to go. Heatwave makes a ton of big plays in CTF. But do you think the stock protect could even be for the SMGs? We've been seeing that so often lately.
Yeah, That's true. That's true.
Your stock protect almost is for both at this point.
I'm trying to think. I wish I knew exactly like how many of these players like to use stock. Now, do you think that's something that we're going to see more kind of in the online competition, or will that carry over to LAN?
I think it'll carry over to the LAN. I think definitely if the players are using it online, going to bring it over to LAN. I think, if you want to throw a team off, a team of good slayers, I think a really good way to do it is just kind of changing up game by game, whether stock is in or out.
Yeah.
Because how much just to throw off somebody's strafe and, just their aimer a little bit, it just throws it off to the point where, maybe they hit a shot, an easy shot that, next time when stock's not in, they're used to aiming in and then shooting at that guy. You got to aim and then shoot.
It's shooting at them too. Like one time,
yeah.
I know I got to kill an S&D. I didn't have stock on, and I just watched the guy trying to lead me left to right, but I didn't have stock, so he was just missing left and right.
You expect the guy to be faster.
Exactly. So. You're used to a normal strafe. It can kind of throw off both sides. So my old snail body there, as I had no stock,
comes in big.
Completely threw off his shots as he was just going left and right.
I'll actually talk about the specialist draft real quick. So on the side of eLevate, you got a Vision Pulse, Scythe, Camo, and Kinetic. On the side of compLexity, you have Annihilator, Scythe, Camo, Kinetic. So instead of Vision Pulse, compLexity elects to go with another weapon.
And just an update for you guys. It's the first half, I think, of Uplink between Rise and TK. It's a 6-1 advantage, 8-1 advantage for Rise Nation. I believe they win this, TK's out.
I think
yeah, it has to be, because they wouldn't be able to get to 9. They'd have to get to 9, at least, wins right now. So they would not be making it in. That would be TK done, which would leave then what? We'd have between H2K, LG, TSM.
Yeah, it would be between those 3 teams.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to come down to the wire then yet tomorrow. That'll all depend on the H2K series, right?
Who does LG play tonight?
H2K. So it all depends on that series. If
H2K wins, they're still alive.
It's still H2K, LG, Luminosity. It's
and then
between.
Who do they play tomorrow? H2K plays Envy. Luminosity plays TK, and then TSM plays Optic. It's not good for TSM.
Oh my! So I didn't even realize TSM played Optic tomorrow.
TSM probably needs an H2.
Well, no, you want a Luminosity win then, because if Luminosity beats H2K, they're in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if they are, every TSM fan is going to be rooting for.
We said the same thing. I said TSM would want H2K loss, which is a Luminosity win. So
yes. So same thing. But if H2K does beat LG, then things get so scary for TSM, because you're playing Optic. And look at the other matchups. H2K over Envy is not an easy win.
It's
LG TK. You favor LG in that, especially with TK being. Well, then again, look at Dream Team playing spoilers last week. Maybe TK does the same.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Very interesting. Map number 4 here between eLevate and compLexity. It's a 2-1 series in favor of eLevate, going over to the CTF.
And I did get somebody tweeted me and said basically, I guess in S&D, if one player has their specialist and everyone's spectating him or something, it'll show that sometimes. So just a note, yeah, because I was confused. All right, loading in right now. I'll keep you guys updated on the other game. It's 8-2 with just over 4 minutes left to go. TK has to basically overcome this 6-point deficit and able to stay alive, but they are pushing forward with the drone now. This should be a dunk for TK. They do get it through. They're only down by 4 now with 4 minutes to go. So nice opening half, but you'd have to rip off 3 straight, get the reverse sweep over Rise Nation, which I think is going to be tough. Well, there's the Man of War. It's going to finally make it through to a respawn. You don't see it connect with many shots there, but now we may see some aggression coming in as Vicento picked up one on the outside. He's going to try to get forward. Parasite picked up a couple through mid. And actually, let's go back to Parasite, because he's going to have a 2 streak right now.
They're going to play for a counter eLevate. I mean, look at this. They have 3 players back to their base. Vicento's all the way over in the compLexity base. The kills go in favor of eLevate here. They're going to pull the flag. You see Nagafen's going to be able to get 1. There's 1 more in the eLevate base, and he's going to drop. Vicento's got to go big here. He's able to get 1. Now, he's going to pull right at
running right towards them, right towards them. That'll be a return. Now can Aqua chase down the flag carrier on the other side? He's right behind him, trying to catch up. That player's going to need a little help from his teammates. He sees him, but he might be out. Can he get around the corner? He doesn't. There's a second player to pick up. He's going to get both. Can Aqua get the 30s reloading? There's the flag return for Aqua. And 4 down. That's a cap. That's a counter for sure. Unless are they all spawning Palace? It depends on how they got out. No, 1 spawn Palace got up. The rest spawned kind of backside Palace. I think this should be a cap. Let's go to Aqua. He was the clutch master and might be the one to pick up the overextension. He is. The timing ends up horrible though. Can Remy get it home? Trying to fly through.
He's going to go high on the wall. He's going to be able to put it in. And that is one that, obviously can't do listen-ins during the online portion of the CWL, but I would love to do a listen-in with compLexity at that moment in time. I bet you it was not pretty.
Got to be flustered there. Is, that player that tried to just grab the flag and get around the corner, you got to try and win that gunfight first, because he just wasn't able to get around it. It's nice shots by Aqua. If he chokes that a little bit, you might be able to make a big play, but that was not the case. One player has snuck through again, and this is what they're so good at, getting the flag out, continuously putting pressure. Look at the red arrows, just turning back. Two players immediately have to go back, and he's set up here. Does the timing work out? I think he heard one outside, and there's the kill. You get those extra points. He's got his camo. He's loaded to go.
Do you think about using camo here?
Just to get it out? Well, I think he seems to be aware there's one above. Oh, God. Oh, God, the player might have saw him cross. He's got some help top middle. He found him. He just tried to get out, not able to do it.
Well, Nagafin's actually going to be able to pick up the kill, so...
There's the slide!
Oh, and he missed the flag anyway, so the flag going to get returned. But right there, you think he gets camo and goes out over towards mid-hut. I think he might make it away.
He might have just been waiting on a call out from his team on when to go, when not to. But when that player got set up at top hut, you saw him on the map. I think it was Facento that got there to help him out. Maybe say, hey, hit camo, get to me.
But just look how, this is what I want to see from eLevate. Just look how aggressive they're playing on the compLexity
They just try to get flag out, flag out, flag out, flag out.
It's a pace that compLexity does not want to play.
Yeah, no, I could not agree with that more. And you need to be really, really structured and really disciplined to deal with this, right? I mean, it's a pain in the ass. It is to just deal with the constant pressure. Your base is constantly being pushed. You're constantly spawning out and having to worry about rotating back. And here's going to be another pool. How many actual touches do they have the flag?
When you have to keep rotating back to your base, you're never going to get a touch on the other pool's side. It's just... look how defensive they have to be. They have to always rotate back to their base.
Yep.
There's not a chance where they can go on the offensive.
It's so tough. And you've got Kinetic here if you're Remy. So you might be able to pop Kinetic, maybe get the flag out, one more drop. He's got to think it's time to go, wants to win the gunfight.
I love how eLevate's playing too, where...
Oh, no, he was weak with Kinetic.
Yeah. It's going to be Nagafin, though, after using that Vision Pulse, going to be able to pick up the flag.
He knows where the spawn is. His teammate just dropped, so he's going to know right where that's from. The guy pushing through mid-lab is going to be Miracles, and this is just going to be a game for Nagafin. He's got to try and stay alive. He was in a basically, 1v2 as they rotated back?
You actually see Miracles pushing down Brickside. Something crazy just happened in the TK versus Rise game. So Rise was actually down 9-8, and they got the drone into the TK base.
It was 8-1 or something going to the second side, too.
And they got the drone into the TK base and just sat underneath the TK goal. And then TK had to rotate all the way back to their base, and it was Rise that just jumped in for 2, and that's going to be a 3-0 in favor of Rise Nation. So I believe that is TK's stage 1.
Yep, I believe TK is
not finished, but they're out.
Yep, they are going to be out of it. So it's what, DT, CLG, TK out. Now it's H2K, TSM, and LG fighting for the final 3 spots. And that might all be decided tonight. I kind of hope it goes to tomorrow just to make the final night of Stage 1 that much more exciting, but it may be all concluded tonight here.
You see Aqua's putting pressure over on that Palace side. There's one player all the way back in the base. And I mean, compLexity just hasn't gotten anything going, which I don't think it's unfortunate for them, but I think it's just more of a good play on the side of eLevate, where compLexity's on the more favorable side. We usually see more pulls from this side of the map. And they just have not been able to get anything after that initial one. It's been all eLevate ever since that moment in time. Going in the second half, it's going to be 1-0 eLevate.
Here, I'm going to check what specialists we have going in the second side. You have a Scythe for Ricky. Nameless had his as well. I can't remember exactly what he selected. It's funny. I don't usually worry too much about jotting down who has what, because I'll remember the key ones, and also it's hard to catch them all. But now that I can actually catch all the specialists, I got to make sure I've got them all memorized, so I can hop right between them.
Well, who are you trying to remember who has what?
Oh, I just mean in general more. Well, the spur of the moment when we're talking real fast.
So Nagafin's running Vision Pulse. Aqua's running a Scythe. You got Remy with Kinetic Armor, and Facento with Camo.
There you go, buddy. I like it. The one I was thinking of was Nameless, by the way. I was trying to think what he had, because Ricky had Scythe.
Well,
he had Annihilator. Okay. That's why I couldn't remember, because they went 2 weapons. But he's going to have that plus.
You really don't listen to anything I say.
Scythe's already out.
I mentioned that when we did the specialist draft.
Oh, yeah. No, I was probably watching the other match.
Great way to pay attention anyway.
You're welcome.
That's
what friends do.
Aqua's going to pick up 2.
They're there to ignore each other.
Over by the half wall, and he's going to win that gun battle with Nameless. So let's go on board with Aqua. He's actually got the Scythe out in the opposition's base, and he's going to see here using that Kinetic Armor. Going to be bringing this one out over towards Palace. And one player trying to catch him.
What's
and
he
he
stuck
actually
on?
gets caught
Oh
on that.
my God, he got caught, and
Ouch.
we'll watch the return. Oh, that is brutal, because Miracles, 2 kills at the base, able to get the flag out. That might have been a cap if he was just able to get around the corner, but he was not able to do it. That hurts.
That is a tough one. 2 plays by Miracles during this match that could end up turning the tides in eLevate's favor. It's been a tough one for him today, as you see. Camo being popped by Parasite. He's going to have one player directly in front of him. Ricky's going to be able to take him out. And this should be a pull. They're going to get it clean all the way down brick side. The player has to go huge. You see the Annihilator coming out from Nameless. He's able to get one on the overextension. Going to force those players to rotate back towards Palace. And I like the decision by eLevate to kind of reset and go up the middle of the map, because this is what they can counter easy.
Remember what I said, how good they are at countering, and that's why. They'll group up, they'll give the cap up, but they do so much focusing on turtling back to make sure they get the cap through that it ends up leading to a cap. I told you, man, they're so good at countering, and they've got a good chance here if they can win one more gunfight. Flag is going to be out. And this is exactly what I was talking about, dude. They'll group up like that. They'll allow them to get the flag through, and next thing you know, they pounce. And they get a counter. They do it all the time. Every map, they're so good at it.
Vicento, he might not be able to cross here. You see, the guys on compLexity are just picking up kills, and Nagafin's actually got to go back over towards cages and help him out. There's players pushing
That player's fall off the map. Oh, my God. Parasite fell off the map. Parasite fell off the map.
Yeah.
And he was the player trying to flank in from the back, I believe.
Yeah.
I just saw that little red X-ray just dip off.
I was hyping it up. I was like, oh, this is going to be crazy, whatnot. And no.
Well, that is the definition of what I was talking about before the map. They are so good at countering. Because the team, they get so worried about getting their own cap in, they all rotate back, they don't push anything out, they all get home to make sure they secure the cap. But that's like the most dangerous thing to do, right? You give up complete map control to eLevate there, and you saw why that can punish you. And now this may actually lead to like back-to-back caps. They're flying in, and they're not going to pick up that one, but they know where the final player is. They're going to push
players, and it's going to be Vicento actually behind Aqua that's going to win the gunfight. Aqua's going to challenge Mir there off the respawn. There's one player actually who's snuck by over by cages. I don't think they have any idea where Nameless is, but they're going to bring this one right through the middle of the map. It's just falling apart for compLexity. Nameless has to pull the flag and try and make a play here. He's going to pull. He's going to get one. Needs to turn around. There's 3 players pushing him through bottom lab, and he's actually done a great job extending this at all, and he's going to drop finally.
Full streaks. Full streaks here for Vicento.
Up 2 fall streaks, 1:40.
You're in trouble right now if you're compLexity, and what's crazy is that one cap compLexity got by giving up so much map control, and you saw eLevate group up so nicely. That turned into 2 caps.
Yeah,
like that was beautifully done. Ended up being a counter cap and then more of a controlled secure cap, but just excellent stuff, man. That was awesome.
We had a defensive camo here at Vicento, just trying to stay alive in his base there for a short period of time, but looks like Colt's going to be able to get the flag.
Let's go.
Miracles get out towards mid-map. He's going to turn around, challenges one player. Smart play there by Mir. Now going to bring it out.
He's about to catch a Hellstorm to the face.
Over by cages.
He's about to catch a Hellstorm to the face.
Are they going to use it? Well, actually, the flag.
Saved. He kills him as he crosses, too, so it returns.
Nagafin's got the flag out anyway, and he's going to bring this one over towards that middle of the map. He's going to cut it back over towards the lab. This one should be a cap, barring something crazy here on the right-hand side. And it's actually going to be Parasite dropping at the hands of Remy. And that should be all she wrote.
It's got to be. You have to be under 40 seconds here.
Yeah, streaks under 40 seconds. Vicento with 2 kills with that Hellstorm. Aqua is going to get one.
Too, right?
Yep.
Hey, he's probably going to have to use it. Why not? Just streak their base and hope you get lucky.
Are they going to try and get another flag?
Where'd he call it in? Good question. Here they come. Oh, yeah!
That was actually one of the worst lightning streaks we've seen.
Well, it didn't matter, but yes, he did kill 2 of his teammates there. Apparently not notifying his members where they were going to be before he was dropping that one. Or he said, screw you guys, here come the missiles too.
We talked about it a little bit pregame, that compLexity could force a little bit of a slower, more methodical game, that they would have a pretty good chance to win this CTF, but if they kind of play to eLevate's pace and really amped it up, it was not going to be pretty, and that's exactly what happened. eLevate controlled the pace of the game from the get-go when this one 4-1.
eLevate is good at 2 things in CTF. It is getting a lot of touches by playing aggressive and also countering very, very well. And you saw a little bit of both in that, and why they're such a scary team in CTF. And that continues the hot streak for them. They've been playing so well, been looking so dominant. And we'll take a look at the standings here. Is eLevate now going to be 13-8, trying to catch up to FaZe, but with that map win percentage, it's not going to matter. They should potentially have 4th secure, but if NB comes alive over this final stretch, maybe they catch them. eLevate would have to lose tomorrow.
Yes.
NB would have to go 2-0. and it will all come down to maps. But it should, well, I guess no matter what, then we're going to have eLevate Envy first round matchup.
Yeah, actually, at that point, yeah, it would be eLevate.
No matter what, yeah.
Which, at the beginning of the stage, I would have favored Envy heavily, but I don't know right now.
Well, and that's a scary matchup, too, if you're eLevate. You think, oh, man, we got the 4th, yes. And then you're like, oh, we're playing Envy. Which, when they come to LAN, the terrifying thing is they've been so good. Well, the biggest issue has been their communication. I think we can kind of agree. When they get to LAN, that all might just kind of disappear.
You don't know.
And that's definitely a terrifying one. But let's take a look real quick at the after-action report here before we get ready for our final series of the night. And you'll see eLevate, pretty, again, well-rounded effort. Respawn, 20 kills for 3 of their players. Remy going right about even. And I wish you could see, so they had what? They had 4 caps and then 3 returns for complexity. So they had 7 flag touches. On the other side, you had, what, 4 total? So you'll see they usually are close to, like, a lot of times just almost doubling their opposition in flag touches.
Yeah, they do a great job just putting a lot of pressure on the opposing team, and complexity just couldn't handle it. And this one's going to be 4-1. The series, 3-1 in favor of eLevate.
All right, well, our next match is going to be Envy going up against DT. Does DT try to play spoiler again? Do we get a great effort out of them? Remember, this is basically scrims leading into relegation for them right now.
Envy wants to kind of just set the pace, set
hope
the
so.
tone for the team going into the Stage 1 playoffs.
You do, but we are going to take a quick 10-minute break, guys. We will be right back with our final match of the night here on the secondary stream. Thank you so much for watching.